Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the Malone AirFlow2 roof rack system here on our 2015 Toyota RAV4. So this is going to be a half decent way of just going ahead and throwing on a roof rack on top of your car. That way you can start going ahead and carrying all those different accessories like a roof basket, a cargo basket. We're talking bike rack carriers, whatever we want to go ahead and start bringing with us, we're going to go ahead and give ourselves the tools to do so. So what's great about the AirFlow2, you are getting 165 pounds of weight capacity, which is going to be excellent for the majority of us needing to get our accessories there. You are going to have a nice little T-slot attachment on there, which is great to see. Usually a premium line feature that we're coming out right at the gate, not having to break the bank for, which is really, really nice. Here today we do have the silver bars. That's going to be great to go ahead and start matching your guys' other vehicles, of course. Now we are on the 58 inchers as well here today, so go ahead and make sure you're getting yourself the right roof rack for you. If you guys aren't quite liking this overhang we have here today, there is going to be a 50-inch version available as well to go ahead and just make it a little bit more compact and not so gaudy on the top of your car. So we are going to have an aluminum bar here, which is really nice, makes it lightweight and corrosion resistant, but you know it's going to be strong and durable as well. It actually does have this nice little kind of protrusion going through the middle to give it that support. So even when we are kind of impacting here on the middle, we're not having this bend, which is great. So if you guys are comparing this to something like the Kurt roof rack system, I think this is leaps and bounds above that guy. Maybe the installation takes a little bit longer, but that's really going to be the biggest difference in my mind, other than all the pros you're getting with this guy. You're getting a T-slot. It's going to be nice and solid. You know that it's going to be holding up for the years, and there's no bend in the middle. The Kurt just doesn't seem to quite have that structure that this guy does, which is great. So as long as we're staying well within that weight capacity for our roof rack and, of course, our vehicle's roof capability, I think we're going to have a great time getting our accessories where they need to go. One thing I'll say though, this underside has a really big gap and you don't have any included stripping to go ahead and actually fill it in. Now we can find ways of doing that ourselves, of course, but it's one more step to have to fill that in. And if you don't, you are going to definitely start hearing a whistle as you go down the road. And that's just one other kind of small little failing it has when you start comparing it to some more premium roof rack systems out there. But I do like this tower system and how it works. It's nice and solid here as well. We do have a locking core to go ahead and secure our rack to this as well, which is great. And makes it really easy to go ahead and clamp onto our side rails here. Now it is UV resistant as well, so it's going to be holding up quite well, even when we have the weather beating down on it. Now it doesn't take too long to get this roof rack on our vehicle, so let's go ahead and see how we can do that. To begin your installation, you want to go ahead and take your roof rack just like so. So we're going to have our towers here. We're going to have these little guys. We just want to go ahead and slide into our T-slot. To do that, all we simply do, go ahead and position it just like so, slide them on, and of course, go ahead and replace your end cap. Simply take your roof rack and set it across your car. Now what we want to do at this point though, we can go ahead and simply set it on here. So it looks like this guy might need to be widened out just a little bit. Looks like the last one he was on was just a little bit thicker. That's okay. We need to go ahead, grab our keys, back off our end cap on our tower and start loosening it up. So with our included key, I went ahead and backed off our front plate here for our tower. Now either one of your towers on one of the sides or the other is going to have this long little hex bolt here. Now this is really nice to go ahead and always have a tool to start working on your towers. I will say though, us being on the longer bars here today, definitely starting to impact our turning radius a little bit there. As you guys can see, that's definitely kind of impacting that. So I went ahead, just found myself a little hex wrench inside our toolbox. I'm sure we all have a few, to go ahead and make it a little easier to actually tighten this down and loosen it up. So at this point though now, right, we want to go ahead and we want to start setting our bars on our roof. Going to be a little arbitrary and a little up to us. Why do I say that? Well, we're all going to have different accessories, different capabilities that we want to handle, right? So what I did, I simply went from this little point right here, about 9 inches out to the center here of my other tower. And then I'm simply going to take my tape measure here. And once I have that aligned, I'm going to go ahead and from our tower that's set here to the back, that's going to put you at 26 inches today. Now that's pretty good for us. A lot of us are going to need about 24 inches minimum spread between our crossbars. Again, like I said though, going to be a little bit to us and our own applications at home. But at this point, we're going to go ahead and set that other side as well. Now, luckily for me, I've already gone ahead and set my side here today. And then we want to start taking a look at our overhang on our rack. So we don't want to tighten them down too bad, as we still want to be able to go ahead and shift these across. Now, Now it's going to be really easy to eyeball to start, but to make sure you're getting it nice and aligned, simply take your tape measure here to the inside track of your cross rail system. Check this side, that's going to be 7.5. I'm going to go ahead and measure the other side and just go ahead and make sure that we're either nice and aligned or see if I have to do any kind of adjustment. And it looks like from the inside of that as well, we maybe need to shift it over just a little bit, so I can go ahead and do that by backing off my screws, shifting a little bit, and then tightening down. Let's go ahead and double check all of our connection points to make sure we're nice and solid, but other than that, we're nice and installed. Well, now that we have it installed, we can go ahead and see how it's interacting here with the roof of our Toyota. So all I want to do, take it from the top of that corrugate to the very top of our roof rack. Let me go ahead. Here on the side, that's going to be putting you about 4 3/4 of an inch. Here in the middle, where it does kind of dip just a little bit more, that's only going to be putting you at 4 3/8 of an inch to the very top. Now our overhang is going to be a big one as well, and from the bottom here to the very underside of our roof rack system, that looks like it's going to be putting you at 3 1/4 of an inch. Now why that measurement can be important, if you guys do have any kind of clamp-on accessories, that's probably going to be your biggest issue to watch out for. Luckily for us though, the AirFlow2 does have a nice little T-slot attachment set that we can go ahead and start utilizing. Overall, I think the Malone AirFlow2 is just a really, really nice way of getting started and getting things on the top of your roof. Now, eventually, are you gonna go, man, I wish I had gotten that really nice one? Maybe. But I think it's just going to do a great job of getting that 165 pounds on top of your car. Maybe you guys can start seeing, yeah, I really do like how all of my accessories fit up there. They get these things out of my vehicle, and it just does a great job doing it. Obviously, there's a couple little things that we can go to upgrade this guy. First thing that comes to mind, something to actually go ahead and secure our end caps here. So if we do have any T-slot attachments that can go ahead and slot right in, somebody could just go ahead, pop open this cap, and then start taking off our T-slot attachments. So one way you could go ahead and start protecting yourself with that is looking at a Rhino rack system. Basically, they have those little end caps that go ahead and lock, and that way nobody can mess with it unless it's us who has the key, and you even have a way of upgrading that to a metal lock as well to really start securing down your accessories. Otherwise though, I think the AirFlow2 really holds up, especially when you're comparing it to what can I throw on it and what's its capacity rating. Really doesn't fail us there, and what more could you want, right? I think it looks good as well on top of our vehicle. That's all we're really looking for. Otherwise, guys, I think that about does it for our look here today at the Malone AirFlow2 roof rack system on our 2015 Toyota RAV4. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.